Hi, welcome to the Wreath Social. We are so excited for you to get your delivery and start making your unique wreath creation. We have compiled this tutorial for you to help you make your wreath, but please know we encourage each and every wreath to look a little bit different, so don't be afraid to put your unique spin on your wreath. All right, the first step, of course, is taking out your individual bundle and making sure you've got all your supplies. You have your wire cutters, your wire, your elastic bands, your ribbon. Oh, don't forget, you've got your example bundle. And of course, your metal hoop. Now you want to start by sorting out all your different stem types. Next, you'll take each type of stem and start cutting off little cuttings from the branches. With some of the greens, you may need to cut the stem down lengthwise in 3 different sections, maybe even 4 to have enough for 4 to 5 different bundles. With the larger leaves, you can trim them right off the stem. As you continue to make your cuttings from the different stem types, you may notice that some of the cuttings still have long stems. Feel free to cut those down a little bit shorter so you don't have too much stem left on your cutting. Now that you've got all your cuttings, make sure that they're all separated by type. And start by making your individual bundles. Make sure to use the bundle example to follow along with, but don't be afraid to get creative with your unique creation. Just be sure that all the different stem types are facing up. We like to make sure that we have some color facing up and that the more textured greens are on the top of the bundle so that they show when we put the wreath together. If you have a particular favorite piece of greenery in your Wreath Social kit, make sure that you put that piece of greenery facing up so that it highlights in your wreath. Lastly, you'll want to take your elastic and tie it around the base of your bundle where the stems on the cuttings meet. Repeat this process by making 4 to 5 unique bundles. They don't all need to be exactly the same as far as size goes or the way that you've layered the greens together. This will help to make your wreath unique to you and your style. And again, just make sure to use your elastics at the very base of your cuttings bundle to secure the stems together. Voila, you have bundles. At the end, you'll have some extra cuttings left over. Set those aside as we'll use them at the end of the wreath making process. Now, grab your wire. We're going to secure the wire to your wreath hoop by taking the end of the wire and wrapping it around the wreath hoop. Just wrap it 1 to 2, maybe 3 times until it's secure. And do not cut the wire here. Make sure you keep it attached. Now take your first bundle and lay it over the area where you secured the wire to your hoop. You're now going to start by wrapping the wire around your first bundle and securing that first bundle to your hoop. So start by wrapping around the base of the bundle and securing it. Next, you're going to just weave it through your bundle and secure the branches to the metal hoop. You want to kind of tuck and weave the wire through the branches so that it's hidden by the leaves and the stems. Next, you'll take your second bundle and wrap it over top the second one, weaving the wire around the metal hoop using the branches to hide the wire. Now that you've secured all of your bundles, you're going to take the wire and wrap it around the hoop at the end of your bundles, and then trim the extra wire with your wire cutters. All right, now you've got all of your bundles, and oops, we've got a floppy one here. So we're gonna take the extra wire that we have and just secure it down a little bit more with our wire. Now, as you're wrapping your wire around your bundles, you don't want to secure them too tightly. These are living, guys, so you don't want to cut their life support off. All right, so go ahead and secure any areas that might be a little bit too loose. And again, just trim the extra wire off and hide it with your leaves and branches. Now you'll see at the end you've got some stems that need covering with extra leaves. That's what your extra greens and leaves are for, so make sure you grab those. And where your wreath needs hiding, where there might be some blank spaces or wire showing, or where the first elastic bands are, you can take some of your extra greens and kind of just poke them in the wire and hide anything that needs covered. Or maybe you want to add a little bit more fullness. Take any extra greens that you have and place them wherever you see fit on your wreath. Now that you've got your wreath complete, you may want to take some of your extra greens and place facing the opposite direction where you secured your first bundle. So you're hiding the elastic and the wire on the first bundle. And you just want to gently pry them through and not damage them. You're welcome to use any leftover greens to fill out your personal wreath. Now take your ribbon for hanging if you choose and cut off whatever length you'd like. Fasten the ribbon to your wreath hoop as shown in the video. You'll want to tie your loose ends together and hang. Now once your wreath is hung, you can adjust it however you'd like. Sometimes an asymmetrical look is really fun. And then we've also included some extra fun things for you to decorate your wreath with. Feel free to now add those on and decorate your personal wreath. If you feel like you need to manipulate a little bit some of the greens around the hoop, once it's hung, feel free to do that. Voila, you've got a beautiful looking modern wreath. We hope you had so much fun and we can't wait to see your unique creation. All right, congratulations on creating your very own modern wreath. Now you want to make sure and take good care of this living wreath. So it's best to keep your wreath out of direct sunlight and away from high heat vents or high heat areas. Outdoors, your leaves have a more likely chance of turning brown, whereas indoors, your wreath will fade to a nice pastel green. You'll also want to mist your wreath every so often with a spray bottle. The leaves will eventually dry out. That's totally normal, but giving them a little extra moisture will extend their lifetime. Mist maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Avoid moving and adjusting your wreath once the leaves have dried out to keep from disturbing the dried leaves. Too much moisture can also cause your leaves to wilt. Keep your leaf in an environment that will allow your leaves to dry out over time. So again, out of high heat areas, not too much water, but mist 2 to 3 times a week and keep out of direct sunlight. We hope that you are going to love your wreath for many weeks to come.